Okay, welcome back to Dr. Stone Anime Review, episode number 9. This I'm reviewing the 30th episode of the anime, which is called Steam Gorilla. This one adapts from chapters 69 and 70. Probably thinking, that's 2 chapters. Again, I have honestly no idea why in the world that it just still does 2 chapters. Like, if you're curious, like, how many more chapters are left? There are 12 chapters left, believe it or not. Yes. There's at least 12 chapters left, and there's overall about 5 more episodes set to air. No, I'm not kidding about that. Seriously, it's like that. Yeah, where like the final episode of the season is gonna be episode 35. Yes, so roughly 5 more episodes left. Actually, it's more like freaking 6. Yep, 6 more episodes, and then that's it for the season because we have to have a really short season to adapt one story arc. I'm sure the studio makes a series but get a lot of flack, just like how Wit Studio got it when they did season 2 for Attack on Titan, where they did one season, basically the same emphasis, and they adapted one story arc. And you're like, really? Why would you just have one story arc? There's still plenty of story you can tell. Like, couldn't you make it a little bit longer? Nope, it had to be 12 freaking episodes that was. Of course, season's gonna be 11 episodes. This episode has a bit of expansion, like they would in the manga. Things starts off basically quite interestingly with, well, Senku's train basically running through. Now, the manga episode will basically manga try to stop the damn thing. In the anime, they actually do a little bit expansion upon, basically expand upon this scene, where they're actually running toward him before he finally stops and he gets launched away. And then, well, they decide to, well, make a tank out of this thing. At first, basically, we have Gein's drive because he's the only technically have a driver's license. Excuse me. My apologies about that. Yes. So yeah, Gein's the only driver's license, so he gets to be the driver of the thing. So he's like, he asks me, why? Because you're the one who has a driver's license. I'm like, really? In the Stone Age, I'm the only one who has a driver's license? Well, what about the other people? Oh yeah, in case you're curious though, he was shaking the manga too after I first drove with him thing. Of course, that was Sengoku True too. Eventually, of course, they drove out at making to a freaking tank. They also mentioned that this part is true, that the wheels on the space-based vehicles that NASA uses, well, use anyways, I'm not really sure they still use it anymore, where the wheels for their vehicles basically made from bamboo. Yeah, that's one thing at least got appreciated about Dr. Stone. I mean, the story is fictitious, but a lot of the science is pretty accurate. I'm sure the series gets a lot of, let's say, critical acclaim for that. Yes, and it's a good educational piece, basically, when it comes to series. And yes, we do get a brief cameo by Mecha Senku. Yeah, unlike usually when he's here for about a few minutes, here he's about 30 seconds like, hey, I'm here, explaining something here, and then basically plays one tiny thing, and then that's all you see from the whole episode. Yeah, that's probably make up for the fact he was in last week's episode. Yeah, he was not in last week's episode, but he was in the 2 episodes back, so there's that. So, then of course they all leave with the exception of the senior citizens. Now, one of the citizens, I don't know if Sengoku ever actually notices, but this guy looks almost exactly like Albert Einstein. I'm not kidding about that. The guy, his face is a spitting image of Albert Einstein. I mean, same hair, same mustache, same face. I'm surprised he made the comparison. I'm sure the people animators did it on purpose because, well, Sengoku loves science. So why not have a fictional one-shot character look like Albert Einstein, one of the most recognizable scientists of the 20th century? Yes, one of the most recognizable ones. Yeah, a guy who's German, who was also Jewish. Yes, Albert Einstein was Jewish. That could explain why he basically flew over here, made the atomic bomb, put in the Manhattan Project. That was basically done in Arizona. Excuse me, yes. So, pretty much like After Centipedes, they go out, and of course we see, well, Chrome in a cell where the cell bars are made of bamboo. I'm like, that's interesting. Like, why the heck would you make the cell bars of bamboo? It makes no freaking sense at all, but yeah, that's what they did. Yeah, they made the bars of bamboo for some reason. Oh yeah, and also they also revealed in this episode that the area in front of Chrome's cage has got traps, and we do briefly see the Miracle Cave. Yes, we finally get a chance to see this season after last time technically we seen the anime was back in, I think it was like episode, like it was basically after the first couple strokes. That was last time officially was seen. Oh yeah, and also the anime cut out basically how Suiku, the little girl who was voiced in the dub by Sarah Watts, I think you pronounce her name. Yeah, she's also known for voicing Toru from the series Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid. Let's see if I can find her, because I have her name here. It's Sarah. Here it is. Sarah Weinhoff. Yep. Sarah Weinhoff. Yeah. They do cut out exactly what in the world was. What basically. How in the world she's able to basically roll around like this. Well, apparently she basically, because she's so tiny, she's able to basically curl herself up in the ball inside of her own head thing and able to roll around. And they actually show in the manga basically her legs inside of the damn thing. In the anime, they don't really show that at all. It's like, oh, just jump up and she's basically a rolling head. Yeah, I'm not really sure why they cut that off for. Maybe because I think it was kind of gross, or maybe it's kind of weird. I mean, there's anything really appropriate basically showing the scene? Like maybe underneath her outfit? No. Not really, no. It shows off her legs. But that's it. Doesn't show off anything else but her legs. Doesn't show off anything appropriate. I'm not really sure why they cut this out for. It would have been an interesting shot to see, but nope. We cut it out. Of course, she rolls around, finds where Chrome is. And Sengoku develops basically a special device to get through the cage. By basically, covering it with paper. You're probably thinking, paper? Like, how? Well, lucky enough they have the rules guide, test out the damn thing, makes the paper shield, and turns out basically a special liquid behind it that reinforces it. This is just after he strikes it with his own spear, which spear smashes and the top of the spear splits into 6 ways. Of course, Sengoku basically is like paralyzed while he's numb. Eventually, of course, one thing I do appreciate about this anime, they actually expand upon the scene with Hoga and Tagoya, where they show a lot more of this place during the conversation. Like, you see his full-blown throne. Not a lot of close-ups of the guy's face, which I don't mind that at all. You don't really need a close-up of the guy. But I do appreciate them showing up his gigantic throne he has. Like, how, like, okay, here's a question, though. When in the world do you take time to bake this damn throne? Like, this thing is huge. I mean, it's the size of a freaking house. And he sits in this damn thing. Yeah. Also, when did it take time to build this building? That must have taken some effort. Basically, just demolish the building. Yes. Excuse me. So apparently, Tagoya calculated everything, including basically them. Yeah, basically the whole point of the traps, because, well, Tagoya calculated this because he's kind of knows science in a way. I mean, he doesn't hate science. He doesn't like Sengoku's way of science. Yep. And, well, after covering the tank with the paper, they roll out, and that's where the episode ends. It's a pretty somewhat accurate, basically, depiction of the 2 chapters. Mostly, this episode is a live expansion and a little bit something else told from a different perspective, which I appreciate the fact the anime did that. Yep, so yeah. That's it for Sick Up Here. I have 2 more videos I'm going to do, but not at the moment. I have to take care of something first. And then I will do my next 2 videos, which will do Comic Corners. And if I get time, I'll do Quick Talks with Knuckles. If not, I'll just do it tomorrow along with Yoshimi Have the Apprentice, and Fire Force. And Fire Force, if it's coming out tomorrow, because I have not heard anything if it's coming out tomorrow. If it isn't, I'll just do Yoshimi Have the Apprentice, quick test what happens, and that's it. Okay, see you next video. Bye.